Welcome to the course on effective communication skills. This lecture 2 of module 1, we will be focusing on the importance of effective communication. This session is designed to help you to understand how communication plays a crucial role in our personal, academic, and professional lives. By the end of this session, you will be able to understand the different aspects of communication, its impact, and how to improve your communication skills. Let us begin by understanding what is communication. So, what exactly is communication? Communication is a process of sharing ideas, thoughts, and emotions with others. It can happen in different ways through verbal, which means verbal words, through body language, which means non-verbal communication, or through written messages. Now, why is communication so important? Imagine you go to a doctor for a treatment. The doctor needs to explain the treatment plan clearly so that you can understand what you need to do. If the doctor fails to communicate properly, you might misunderstand the instructions, leading to serious consequences. In the same way, in every aspect of life, effective communication ensures that we understand and are understood. Think of an important situation where effective communication played a very vital role. Now, why is communication important? Communication is not just talking about, it is about making sure that message we send is received and understood correctly. It helps in building relationships, expressing ideas clearly, and avoiding misunderstandings. For example, imagine a teacher explaining a difficult concept. If the teacher communicates clearly, students will understand and learn. However, if the teacher is unclear, students will feel confused. The same happens in all areas of life, at home, in school, at work, and even in friendship. So, good communication ensures clarity and reduces confusion. All of you keep brainstorming where poor communication caused a misunderstanding. This will make you realize how important communication is. Now, there are various aspects where the importance of effective communication is found. The first one, communication in daily life, communication in personal relations, communication in education, communication in workplace, communication and leadership, communication in teamwork and collaborations, communication in customer services, communication and conflict resolutions. Now let us see one by one. The role of communication in daily life. Every day we communicate using different methods: talking, texting, using gestures, or even facial expressions. For example, imagine you are lost in a new city. If you ask for directions clearly and politely, people will help you. But if you are rude or unclear, they might ignore you or misunderstand your question. The second important concept or aspect of communication is in personal relationships. In personal relationships, communication is a key role it plays. It helps in building trust and understanding. Miscommunication, on the other hand, leads to misunderstandings and conflicts. For example, if a couple discussing their problem calmly, they can resolve issues and strengthen their relationships. But if they do not talk or misunderstand each other, it can create a distance. Think about a time when you had a misunderstanding with your friend or a family member. How was the issue resolved? Did communication played any role there? The next aspect where communication is important is in education. In education, communication is essential. It helps students understand lessons, express their ideas, and ask questions. For instance, a student who actively participates in class and asks questions will learn better than a student who remains silent due to fear of speaking. A student never hesitate to communicate. If you don't understand something, ask. That's how learning happens. How many of you find it difficult to speak up in a class? Why do you think that happens? Just keep brainstorming these questions. Effective communication in workplace. At work, communication is essential for teamwork and productivity. Imagine you are working on a group project. If everyone communicates well, the project will be completed efficiently. But if there is a miscommunication, tasks will be delayed and the mistakes will happen. Can anyone share an experience where teamwork was affected due to poor communication? Communication and leadership. A good leader is also a good communicator. Leaders must inspire, guide, and influence others through clear communication. For example, if a CEO communicates a clear vision, employees will feel motivated and work towards a common goal. But if the leader is unclear, employees will feel lost. Can you think of a leader, maybe a teacher, a coach, or a public figure, who communicated well? What makes the communication effective? Communication in team and collaborations. Teamwork depends on effective communication. If a team does not communicate, misunderstandings and conflicts will arise. For example, in a cricket match, if players discuss strategies before the game, they will perform better than a team that does not communicate. How do you communicate when working in a team? Communication in customer service. In businesses, customer service depends on good communication. Customers prefer businesses. They are polite, helpful, and clear. For example, a restaurant where waiters communicate politely will get good reviews. But if waiters are rude or unclear, customers will not return. Have you ever had a bad experience with customer services? How did communication play a role there? Keep brainstorming these questions. Communication and conflict resolution. When conflicts happen, communication helps in resolving them peacefully. For example, if two colleagues have a misunderstanding, open discussions can resolve the issue. But if they argue without listening, the conflict will escalate. Have you ever solved a conflict through communication? What do you do? Now let us see what is the impact of poor communication. A poor communication leads to misunderstandings, mistakes, and conflicts. For example, if a doctor miscommunicates a prescription, it could harm the patient in an office. Unclear instructions can cause delays in projects. Can you share an example of a time when a miscommunication caused a problem? Now, how to improve communication skills? Good communication can be learned. Here are some tips. Practice active listening. Pay attention to what others say. Use clear and simple language. Avoid complicated words. Make it precise. Maintain eye contact. This shows confidence, how confident you are in speaking and in communicating. Use appropriate body language. Postures and gestures matters a lot in non-verbal communication. A student preparing for an interview must practice speaking confidently and listening attentively to questions. In conclusion, effective communication is a lifelong skill that benefits all aspects of life. It helps in building relationships, solving problems, and achieving success. By improving communication, we can avoid misunderstandings, enhance teamwork, and create positive impact. A well spoken leader can inspire a nation, while a poor communicator can create confusion and chaos. Thank you.